Welcome back, welcome back, and welcome back. We are getting ready to make Swedish meatballs. And we're going to use mushrooms to make them. No meat, mushrooms. Coconut milk, some vegetable broth, black pepper, some nutmeg. We're going to use some olive oil, some Worcestershire sauce, some soy sauce, some breadcrumbs. We're going to use some rosemary, cannellini beans, Mrs. Dash, garlic salt. We're going to use some garlic. We're going to use some liquid smoke. That's a cup of onions, about a fourth a cup of flour, and about a fourth a cup of parsley. That's curly parsley, and either one to do. Here is your shot. This is everything we're going to use to make this meatless Swedish meatballs. I guess you could call it vegan. I'll be back. All right, here we go. I've chopped up those mushrooms, just a rough chop. Went ahead and rinsed and put the cannellini beans in there. We're going to go ahead and get that onion in there. All right, we're going to drop in that parsley. So that onion is about a cup of onions, and then I would say about a fourth a cup of parsley. Then we're going to go in with a good tablespoon of garlic salt. Same with the Mrs. Dash, about a good tablespoon. We definitely want this to have flavor, although we're still going to be building flavor on this. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of pepper. All right, and then we're going to put in about a tablespoon of this Worcestershire. And then I'm going to do the same with the soy sauce, about a tablespoon of that as well. I'm going to put in, I would say, about a tablespoon of the nutmeg. It's going to give that little nutty flavor in the back. That little something you're going to be wondering, what is that? It's the nutmeg. Then we're going to go in with some of this rosemary. And put about a tablespoon of that in there as well. We're going to put in about a tablespoon of this liquid smoke. I would say about 3 tablespoons of garlic, or 2 or 1, whichever you're comfortable with. All right, and then we're going to go in with those breadcrumbs. And we're going to put in about a cup and a half. Okay, it's going to be our binding. Okay, let me grab something else. I'll be right back. All right, I had to move some of that stuff out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and mix this all together really well. All right. Mix everything up because we're going to make this into meatballs. So we want to get everything incorporated and mixed really, really well. You can use navy beans on this too. Any white bean, but if you want to, you can even use pinto beans on this. You can, this is one of those things that it's very versatile. You can do anything you want. But now also, we're going to kind of smash some of these beans as we are combining as well. All right? And kind of smash up those beans. And this is really yummy. Another way to have that fun, filling meal. I wish you could smell it. And you don't have to have, everything does not have to have meat. It is absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to continue to mash this for a couple more minutes to get them beans smushed a little bit more. All right, and then I'll be right back. All right, now we're going to make these into balls. It doesn't matter that all the beans are not smushed. You just want to smush a few of them, okay? And just however you want to make your balls, whatever size. If you want to use a scoop, use a scoop. I'm just going to eyeball mine. Just going to take a little pinch. Smash it together a little bit. Kind of give it a little roll. If you can see that. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just going to grab a little pinch of it. Put a little more in there. Kind of squish it together a little bit here. And give it a little roll. All right. So that's what I'm going to continue to keep doing. Squish it together. Give it a little roll. And we've got our meatballs. I'm going to continue to keep doing that. as I drop some of it on the counter. And I'll be back. All right, this is what we're looking like. And you see we got a full pan with that 1 8-ounce box of mushrooms, along with that 1 can of, what was it, a 15-ounce can of cannellini beans. And we got a whole meal out of that. Look at that. So we're going to brown this. I've got about 2 tablespoons of oil. Remember, I've told you before, use an oil that you're not, if you're not going to take the oil out, use a healthy oil, which is why I use the olive oil. If you use a healthy oil, then that way you don't have to worry about it clogging up the arteries, okay? So if you use olive oil to fry this in, because we're not going to take that oil out, we're going to build from there, okay? We're just getting started. We're going to brown this around. I'm going to come back in 2 minutes and let you see what it looks like. But that's what we're doing now. Medium heat, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Let's get her cooking. I'll be back. Okay, I'm turning them over. And then I'll probably turn them a little bit more to get this side here browned as well. So that's what we're going to do. Brown them up. This will take about 10 minutes total time. I'll be back. All right, now that we've got those all good and browned up, we're going to go in with that vegetable broth, which is the whole carton. Yum, yum. I'm telling you, you better make some of this. And I was going to put the noodles in here, but my daughter wants to have the noodles separate. So I'm not going to put the noodles in. What I am going to do is I'm going to move a couple of these meatballs out of the way a little bit. And yes, they're hot, because I'm going to go ahead and go in with that flour. And I want to be able to mix it a little bit better. So I made me a little hole. All right. And we're going to bring this to a boil after we get that coconut milk in there. Don't worry about the flour. It'll all disintegrate up in there. Okay? Just wanted to get that flour going. And that is going to be our thickening agent. We're just going to kind of turn this into a little bit of a gravy. And then we're going to go in with that coconut milk. Now we're going to bring this to a boil. And once this comes to a boil, that's when you would add in your pasta. And my daughter said she might want to put it over rice, so I'm just not going to add the pasta. All right. So we're going to bring this to a boil, and I'll be back. About 3 to 5 minutes, depending on your stove. 3 to 5 minutes on a medium heat. And look at that. There she is, the finished product. You can't tell they're not meat unless you tell somebody. They'll definitely notice it in the taste, because it's mushrooms and beans. Definitely a vegan meal. Meatless meal, whichever you like to call it. Things made easy with Gigi. All day, every day. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. Gigi, see you on the next one. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh yeah. Yum, yum. You better make some. Take care, you guys.